Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yashar Allah. Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Harakakudash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith in the work. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. This is the book of Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11. It says, put on the whole armor of power that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, right? Or the plans of the devil, the devices of the devil, right? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And this devil is constantly throwing harmful weaponry our way, whether it be some form of brain manipulation or mind control, right? Or whether it be poisons that's okayed by the higher ups, right? That they know are harmful to or for human consumption, but it's still sold in our stores. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but we wrestling against some spiritual wickedness in high places. These folks control everything, right? One main thing that they use is entertainment, right? Whether it be on social media, the movies, TV shows, right? There's certain stories that they get across in order to present a certain mindset, right? Or in order to bring about a certain mindset in a person, right? For instance, whenever the daughter of Babylon is about to go to war with a nation and like a certified declared war, they bring out the war movies, American Sniper, right? They're bringing out the war movies, Platoon, so forth and so on. When they know they finna go to war, they bring, those films to have you against whoever it is they're trying to go to war against. And it's crazy how it goes like that too. It's not like they make up scenarios about like what if from a nation that really ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's usually they'll show a film or something about a nation that they are currently at odds with, right? It's called propaganda, right? To villainize the individuals and to try to increase the motivation of people to join the daughter of Babylon's military, right? But them days is kind of gone because of the truth of that contract that you signed with them folk. And the world is recognizing the truth of how this devil operates because it's time, right? In the book of Isaiah chapter 47, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, right? It expresses it's time for this devil to be revealed, and not only revealed, but to be reviled as well. The nations are growing a certain hatred for the daughter of Babylon and their ways and the hypocritical views that they have on the world. And they're being called out on it more so now than ever before. But meantime, between time, the people still have to deal with the propaganda machine, right? That's attached to those higher ups, those people who we wrestle against, the spirit that's inside of those folks. So I'm going to let this video play and I'll be back.
I just woke up. But why do you believe that Hollywood was created by the CIA?
Well, before we say Hollywood was created by the CIA, I guess I should clarify because, first off, you guys do know the Pentagon has a budget for film. Like, there's a whole department in the Pentagon.
I know that.
That's a fact. There you go. That's all you need to know. There's an entire department in the Pentagon. They get involved with films, and they get involved with films for the purpose of propaganda. They always have.
What movies
I should have said Pentagon instead of CIA. Tons of them. I should show you the list. You should pull it up. It's wild. Yeah, Pentagon Department for Hollywood. Tons of them. Even Transformers. Even Transformers, like, because they're concerned about certain narratives, they get involved with, like, World War films, like, how are we telling a story about history? Usually it's because we're lying about what we did or trying not to make Americans aware of the crimes against humanity that we commit overseas,
Yeah, the Pentagon just funded some films.
Another example of deception through film. I don't know if the Pentagon backing it or not, but it's a new series on Netflix that's really a docu-series about the scriptures, or more so about the Exodus. And with all this proof and truth that's been released on this earth in so-called 2024, right, up to today, the narrative still ain't changed. Right, from Moses to Pharaoh, everybody looked like Caucasoid. All of them look like Cajuns of Ka. Even though all of the proof goes against that in the scriptures, history, so forth and so on, goes against the narrative, they still pushing that narrative. Right, and what's going on in the world today? They having issues in that part of the world. The nations are gathering towards that part of the world. They even talking about now bringing in a red heifer to commit a sacrifice, right, to their God, right, in order to try to avoid that third woe. And speaking about building up the third sanctuary or the third temple over in that part of the world. But the true narrative is we are that third temple according to the scriptures. Each one of us are different blocks in that temple. And that real third temple is us coming to this understanding of this knowledge and standing bold in the face of those that oppressed us and presenting the true gospels to the world. All right. Let me go to Revelation chapter 18 and verse 23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. This is a form of sorcery. Right?
Lockdown, Red Dawn, GoldenEye.
The more you know. So now you understand your experience in theaters is what your government wants you to think. They want you to think that this is how things happen, and it's usually not at all how things have actually happened.
6 of the best movies made with help from the Department of Defense. This is military.
Yeah. I shouldn't have said CIA. I should have just said the government. But
Top Gun.
Yeah.
Red Dawn, Apollo 13.
Mm-hmm. It's all about
Iron
just
Man.
Iron Man.
Oh my God.
I didn't know that was on the list.
Now he upset.
Wow.
Now he upset. Interesting.
Now you said
Talking about, continue.
What? Iron Man? No, that's her limit right there. She was like, you know what? Now it's crazy.
What is the point of that? Just control?
Yeah, propaganda. It's crazy. You grow up in school and you think propaganda belongs to the East or something.
Mm-hmm.
Propaganda is the name of the game of our government. They, again, never want you to look into the crimes that they are committing, so they're constantly trying to sell themselves as the good guys. They did the most. They rescued and saved the world. They've never done anything bad overseas. If you are living and you believe that the American government hasn't committed crimes against humanity, you had to wake up from the propaganda. You gotta learn real history, not what was taught to you in a textbook. That's all just propaganda. We've done horrific things.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. Right? So how much more individuals who don't even have control over their own brain and understanding the truth, right? These individuals are severely deceived, and that deception is going to lead to destruction. Scripture tells us in the book of Sirach, chapter 12, never trust thine enemy. So with understanding who runs everything, why would you trust the story that they tell about you, or that they don't tell about you? Because let the enemy tell it. We just appeared out of thin air, butt naked on the bottom of ships, being brought to all over the world in order to be service. And it's a blessing for us to be in that position, because now we're civilized. And when you check history and you find out the real story, that's not the truth at all. Right? Our history starts in the scriptures. This is our book. Right? Let me go to the book of Sirach, chapter 13, and verse 3. It says, "The rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wronged, and he must entreat also." Right? If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. Right? So this devil, just like all the devils around the world, they just want to use the Most High's people. And they understand the quickest way to use us is to gain our hope. Right? They knew this from the start, man. Take our hope away from the Father and put it in man. Now they got control over us because of the contract that our forefathers signed, right, with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We got to put him first, and when we don't do that, now we fall into the hands of the surrounding nations, right? Verse Sirach chapter 13 and verse 5, it says, "If thou have anything, he will live with thee, yea, he will make thee bear, and will not be sorry for it. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, and say, What wantest thou?" Like, what you want, what you need, I got you. Right? You want to know the truth about yourself? Okay, we're going to give Tyler Perry a budget to make a film about African American history, and that's your history. And don't nobody question them, because you can't question it in schools, right? College professors ain't speaking on it, right? It's taboo to really tell the truth about who we are in the daughter of Babylon, because you get villainized behind it because of the stamp of hate speech. But it's the truth, right? But we living in a time where now the Most High has blessed our eyes to open, and really the Spirit of the Most High is on this earth to reveal this devil, period, because it's time, right? It's time, man. Time up for the devil, man. All his plots and plans and everything is being put on blast by the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? Because time's up. 2 Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? So I am with that, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah. These precepts in this video were edifying. Kol Holoyam La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakak Wadash Shalom Yashar Allah.